I'm telling you guys everything. Everything about Hyrox, not everything in life. 11th April 2026, not 12th April, because I didn't go on 12th April. Okay, let's start with the registration. I spent 11,810 rupees and 52 paise in total, including Sportograph and GST. Hyrox Open Singles Women, I don't know the order in which it goes, but you know what I'm saying. It was such a hassle getting registered because it doesn't allow UPI, Google Pay and all. So you have to get registered with your card only. Why didn't I do doubles? Why did I opt for singles? So the reason is I couldn't find anybody as slow as me or on the same pace as me for running.
Oh, I fall in love. No doubt you look so fine. Whoa. Girl, I wanna make you mine.
Yeah, come on.
So you guys know already, I trained roughly for 4 months from December to March. Since January, I was very consistent to training, but I felt sick once during February or March, I don't remember. I was so hard on myself, so much so that I went to the gym on a Sunday. That experience was weird. Roughly 3 weeks before the actual race, on March 23rd, it was a Monday, I read my first full Hyrox simulation. I found it hard to do the simulation. My goal time was to finish it within 2 hours and 15 minutes. I had to maintain a pace of 7.5 minutes per kilometer, and I was doing that. But I was miserable doing that. Couldn't even complete the simulation on that day itself. I stopped after burpee broad jumps. And then the next day, I completed the rest of the simulation. I thought to myself, I'm not going to finish it within 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm simply not ready for it. So I threw all that strategy out the window.
पहली बार एक ही बार आता है और पहला अनुभव बहुत स्पेशल होता है. So enjoy.
But it's important to do a simulation so that you pace yourself correctly for your race. Commute. It took me around 90 minutes by cab to commute from Indiranagar to Tumkur, which is where the race was held. Make sure you reach the venue at least 2.5 hours before your wave time. About wave time, let me tell you, Hyrox India took so long to inform us about our wave time. I was so anxious. Every time I would check my mail and there was a mail from Hyrox, I would open it and it was about their sponsors or advertisements. On Friday, that is the day before the event, I went to their website and entered my number. There they had listed the wave time. They didn't even mail it to us. Doesn't make a lot of difference, but I was really anxious. My wave time was 2:50 p.m. The map of the race was published on 6th April, I think, 5 days before the event. I don't know why all these details are important to me, but I thrive off of these details. Bengaluru International Exhibition Center, BIEC, Hall 4. That's where our race was held. This makes me want to pee even more. The R sport is Hyrox. Miguel sport Hyrox nahi. Huge hall, by the way. 1 kilometer didn't feel like 1 kilometer. Even though I was there for 6 hours, it felt like 3 hours. I reached there at 12:20 p.m. So first things first, there is athlete registration. For this registration process, you need 2 things. Present your Hyrox ticket, your original proof of ID. I carried my Aadhaar card. I don't know if it should be original or not, but I carried my original one. Even the Hyrox ticket, I had carried a printout of it, and the guy at the Puma store, he stared at me for 5 seconds. Who brings an actual printout? Are you from 1947? He gave me that look. I'm actually old school like that. I can't trust only electronic devices. I need printout. And I can't only trust printout, I need soft copy also. After they verify that, yeah, it's really you, they will give you 3 things. Timing chip, which you will have to tie around your ankle when you're racing. A wristband, that should also be on display all the time when you're racing. Women's open will get white color. Third thing they'll give you is an orange wristband kind of thing with a QR code. That is basically for backdrop. Since I had pre-registered, I had all these 3 things with me the day before the race itself. On the race day, while I was commuting, the whole time I was looking at my timing chip only because I was so nervous that I was going to lose it. During exam time, I used to look at the hall ticket from my house till the exam hall. People used to revise, they used to look at their textbook. No, I used to look at my hall ticket. I was able to skip that whole registration process on the race day. The thing is, they also write your registration number on the arm with a marker. I went to the help desk and I got myself that number written on my arm. The number was 145008. What a beautiful number. Is it divisible by 3? 1 plus 4, 5 plus 5, 10 plus 8. 18, yeah, it is divisible by 3. I don't have this need that it should be divisible by 3, but I love it when it is. It's so satisfying. 1450 is your wave type. 08 is, in every wave there's like 30 to 50 people. So like you're the 8th person. Nervous. I'm scared. The previous night, I read the whole rule book again, except the part where there is instructions regarding how to qualify for the World Championships. I didn't read that part. Even though I had decided not to race for time and just be a finisher and enjoy the race, I want to follow the rules because
Rules help control the fun.
made race fuel. I know everybody uses energy gels and stuff, but this is what my body is used to. I dropped my bag off at the baggage drop area at 1:50 p.m. You're allowed to drop one bag per athlete. I know you guys don't care about these details, but I do. What did I do for the next 30 minutes till my warm-up time, which is 2:20 p.m.? That's right. I was waiting in line to use the washroom. It was almost my turn, and the lady in front of me, we were talking. Yeah, I was talking. I was talking to a stranger. Anyway, I asked her what her wave time was. She said 3 p.m. And I said, mine's at 2:50. She very kindly offered me to go first, even though it was her turn. So I don't know who she is, but thank you so much. When I came out, it was already 2:20 p.m. I was so nervous that I didn't make it to the warm-up area. Athletes are allowed in that warm-up area only 30 minutes before their wave time. They will check that number. Everybody's number was written in black marker, but my number was written in pink marker. Do you remember what I said in my previous vlog? I hope I don't have stomach pain. I had stomach pain. Also, by the way, I regret not hiring my own cameraman. Looking back, I would have loved to have quality footage of this day with me. You live and you learn. Okay, I was talking about the warm-up area, right? I did my basic gym warm-up. I did a few minutes on the bike. Then I started jogging around to get my heart rate up. But my heart rate was already up because I was so nervous. All the weights that were in the warm-up area were for women's pro section. So I did the ski erg, wall balls, sled push, sled pull, sandbag lunges. 10 minutes before the wave time, there's this lady MC who gives a motivational speech kind of thing. But during my wave, she only said, all the best, good luck racers. That's it. And then we were guided to the start tunnel. You know, some time back I said that time was going by so fast, except in the start tunnel. So the lighting is pinkish, reddish lighting, like very, like, you know, I'm not getting the adjective. Very... There's a voiceover. I imagine this man is very strong, like his voice sounded like that. This is all that you've worked for. You've trained so hard for this moment.
Hours of training. You're waiting. Your dedication for this very moment.
And in the background, Titanium by Sia is playing. There's a countdown and I'm just waiting for it to say 1. Because I couldn't wait to get out. You see me running out of that start tunnel, you think she's running because the race has started. No, I was running away from that. Even if you're standing at the back, it doesn't matter. Timing chip triggers only when you cross the start line. Yeah, you guessed it, I stood at the back. And there was these 3 girls who stood behind me because they wanted to be at the back. And then I went and stood behind them. And then they came and stood behind me. So then I accepted defeat. So I was last but 4th girl. This is the map of the venue. 1 kilometer is roughly 2 laps. Weirdly enough, the out arch was first and the in arch was later, which was a little bit confusing. I was not scared of running an extra lap. I was just scared of missing a lap. I had put 2 colored hairbands on my wrist. So every time I saw the in arch, I would shift one of the hairbands from my right wrist to my left wrist. I know it sounds complicated, but it's what helped me to not miss a lap. Did you guys get it or should I explain it again? I think you guys got it. The first kilometer. Pace that I had decided for this race was 9 minutes per kilometer. I finished my first lap in 8 minutes and 48 seconds as planned. Now, Rocks Zone is a place of transition between runs and stations and vice versa. You can hydrate, you can rest. You can call it a Rocks Lounge if you want. But there are no chairs for you to sit down. As soon as I entered the rock zone, before drinking water, I switched my hairbands back to the right wrist. These elite athletes will tell you to run even in the rock zone and not to waste time. I'm not elite 15. I'm polite 15. I entered the skier area. The first thing I did was I lowered the damper to 3 because I had practiced at that intensity itself. Pace was around 2 minutes and 45 seconds per 500 meters. I took 5 minutes and 45 seconds to finish, but the whole time I spent at this station is 6 minutes and 19 seconds. You know why that is? It takes into consideration the time you take to enter and exit. I was feeling sentimental that this might be my only Hyrox, and it might be the only time that I ever do a ski or get a Hyrox. After every station I did this. I hydrated after every run, after every station. Second kilometer, 9 minutes and 6 seconds. 50 meters on the sled push. You have to push 4 lengths, which is 12.5 into 4. I divided each length into 3 parts. So I would push one part and then take a rest for 10 to 15 seconds. The sled that I practiced with at the gym is completely different from the Hyrox sled. So I was experimenting with various kinds of grips. The grip that I practiced with versus Hyrox grip. And let me tell you, the Hyrox grip is the best. At least for me, it's the best. The total time I took was 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Third run, 9 minutes and 42 seconds. The third station is 50 meters on the sled pull. This is the station where I felt the sharp shooting pain on my trap. The ropes on the sled pull felt springy, like elasticy. It feels like the weight isn't moving, only the rope is stretching. But somehow I managed. I was not using the whole box out of the fear that I would step on the line and get a penalty. So I was using only 60 to 70% of the box. From the third length, I was like, okay, I can do this. I can use the full length. 13 minutes and 25 seconds is the total time I took at this station. I had carried 4 chocolates. So one of them I had after sled pull. If any spectator passes you anything, it is a disqualification. You'll be disqualified. Fourth run took me 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Station number 4, 80 meters burpee broad jumps. This was the most crowded station of the race. Let me remind you, you don't start with a jump, you start with a burpee. My stomach cramps were cramping. During that time of the month, my body is only used to gentle movement. Like 25 meters in, this girl beside me, she had a scarf on and I was just about to take off and she jumped right in front of me. If I hadn't stopped myself from jumping, she would have been chutney. You can switch lanes during this station, but you have to be careful while doing that. Otherwise, you can become chutney. After that happened, I stood there in disbelief for a minute or so. And there is no footage of that because my mom was recording me only while I was doing exercises. Mid-race banter and all, I don't have any footage. I was also noticing that people were taking steps in between to get further, but the judges were not giving a penalty to them. I was so fixated about all the rules, the distance between the palm and the foot. I felt really tired during the last 15 meters of this exercise. Time it took me was 10 minutes and 59 seconds. Run number 5, 9 minutes and 50 seconds. I had my second chocolate. And this was the time I discovered there was a huge board with athletes' names and what exercise they're on and what exercise is next and if they've incurred any penalty. After I discovered that board, every time I would run a lap, I would check my name if I've incurred any penalty that I don't know about. Station number 5 is the rower, 1000 meters / 1 kilometer. So there is no footage of me rowing and I'll tell you why. If you see the map, stations 1 through 4 is in order, then suddenly there's station number 8, then stations 5, 6, 7. So while I was rowing, my mom was waiting for me at the wall balls. The first thing I did was lower the damper to 3. It's the lowest number divisible by 3. So I set it to that. 2 minutes and 45 seconds per 500 meters. 5.5 minutes to finish 1000 meters. I did that sentimental thing. So totally 7 minutes and 9 seconds. Run number 6 took me 9 minutes and 44 seconds. Station number 6, 200 meters farmer's carry. The women's open weight is 16 kg kettlebells, 16 kg each. By this time I had learned to ignore the pain I felt. We had to take 2 laps because each lap is 100 meters. I did that in one go. I finished it within 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Run number 7, 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Plus I had my third chocolate, mentally preparing myself for the next station, station number 7. A 10 kilogram sandbag. The distance to be covered is 100 meters. There will be 4 25-meter lanes. You know why I was so scared of this station? The rule is you are not allowed to set down the sandbag for the whole distance. Otherwise, you will get disqualified. I could not trust myself at this station. In my whole life, I have never done 100 meters of continuous lunges without setting the weight down. Even during the simulation that I did, I had set it down after like 30 meters, I guess, and I had to disqualify myself. So after the first 25 meters, too scared to start the second length. So I sat there like that for 2 minutes. And then the judge saw me and he was concerned. He asked if I'm alright. I said, no, I'm alright. I'm just scared that I'll set the sandbag down. He said, yeah, you'll get disqualified if you set it down. That scared me even more. He started convincing me that I could do it. I just checked my watch. I spent 5.5 minutes resting after the first 25 meters, and he was still convincing me that I could do it. Because of his belief in me, I started the second length, but I had spent more time doubting myself at the station instead of actually doing the length. I didn't do that nostalgic thing I did after every station because I was not going to miss the total time I took in was 13 minutes and 47 seconds, out of which 7 minutes was pure doubt. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. Cramps were getting a lot worse. My legs were not cramping, only my stomach. I started the 8th kilometer. In the first lap itself, I could feel my right leg doing a little guli. You know, that muscle twitching. I started walking. I can't say the word slow down because my walking is faster than my running. I think I walked for 50 meters approximately, then I started jogging again. I've observed many athletes who couldn't finish the race because they had severe cramps. That running track smells like Volini. The 8th kilometer took me 12 minutes and 57 seconds. I had the 4th chocolate, the last chocolate that I had with me. Just beside me, a few meters away, fellow athlete who was opening her energy gel, and simultaneously I was opening Chupa Chups. I started explaining to the judge my strategy. Be doing 10 sets of 10 reps. I also told him to count the reps out loud. After each set, I would take 45 seconds to a minute break. 10th set, I told him to count down. If you've watched my other gym vlogs, I always count backwards. And even after I finished the 100th rep, I was like, is that it? Hyrox is over. And I didn't sprint to the finish zone. I did a courtesy bow to the judge. That is my way of showing respect and saying thank you. The total time I took to finish 100 reps is 13 minutes and 22 seconds. I think I had 3 no reps. My finish time was 2 hours, 51 minutes, 25 seconds. Now let's talk about the finish zone. Saw my name displayed on the board with my finish time, and simultaneously the MC will also be announcing your name. As soon as I got down, I was handed the patch. I fell asleep for 5 minutes. You know that kind of sleep when you're aware of your surroundings but you're just so tired and emotionally exhausted. Towards my right was that area where you take a photo with your finish time displayed on a TV in the back. I didn't do that. In front of me, they were handing out fruits to the finishers. There were a few slices of apples and a full banana on each plate, and I took my plate, and the person who was handling that, she was like, no, you can't take the full plate. And then she gave me one very thin slice of apple. I regret not fighting for that banana. Then I headed towards the exit where you have to return your timing chip. My last piece of advice, you should absolutely race for time. Don't listen to these Hyrox athletes telling that if they could do their first Hyrox ever again, they wouldn't race for time. They would just take it all in and enjoy the experience. Everybody asks your finish time. Everyone. There is no fairness in judgment. The audibility of music. The choice of music. More lanes in burpee broad jumps. They should have kept food stalls. Will I be doing another Hyrox? First, I want to improve my endurance. I want to get better at running. And if I ever do a Hyrox in the future, it will be a sudden surprise. Not only to you guys, but to me as well. My first Kashar ka merchandise record. I didn't even get this bag.
This is already recording? It's already recording.
It's already recording.
What bag?
full.
Then when I went for physiotherapy, Nijisha, there was a stock of all these bags. I asked her, how do other members have that bag? And she said all annual members get that bag. But I didn't get that bag. And I'm like the oldest member alive. Like,
I think we
not
should put
alive.
that sad background music.
I'm one of the first members to join. My 4th year at Kashar. Can you believe it? I'm asking you. Can you believe it?
I cannot believe that Kasharp is such a
Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay.
Scam.
This Ratna had not got the bag. Kasharp ka.
That is fake.
Got in the Kasharp bag, it seems. We have the stock, no?
fake
Scammer.
scammer.
Scammer, huh?
You show us the call.
Now I
please.
don't want
I'll
after
show you,
begging.
huh?
Simply.
Kasharp Fitness. 24/7. Simply and there.
Wait, let me show this outfit check.
Oh, fits you well. Power, strength, and endurance.
In that I have only strength. So pray for power and
Or you have
endurance.
to go from
Yes,
there.
yes.
Okay, I'll record you guys.
Me? No. So I'm getting ready.
I knew he would do that.
रणवीर सिंह, तू ये भूल गया कि रेस जहां खत्म होती है शुरू भी वहीं से होती है।